So I started to do some research on that, and I found this paper that basically had two kinds of two arms of the study, which is the freestyle over here, where people basically ran the marathon they wanted to. They drank as much as they wanted to, they ate as much as they wanted to. And then the other one is the scientific method. This was where they ate the prescribed amount of food and they drank the prescribed amount of water. And basically the prescribed amount is they said, look, you need to get 1,000 calories in the race from gels, right? So you basically need to be eating about 25 grams of carbohydrates every 15 minutes or so. That's quite a bit. So in the marathon then, so I was practicing doing the scientific method, and so I had a belt that had elastic around here, and I had 10 gels like strapped around it like a bandolier while I was doing my practicing for this. Because as you can see here, basically they start out the same, the scientific and the freestyle. But as I was talking about, it's right around kilometer 35 that the running velocity of the people who didn't have the extra carbohydrates in the race starts to drop. And they recover a little bit for the last 2 kilometers as they can see the finish line ahead of them. But basically, this is the cause of the wall. And when you read the study, it's kind of funny because you can almost hear the scientist's tears as he says, it is unclear why amateur runners do not eat sufficient carbohydrates when they're running. So I decided I was going to do it. Other things they talk about carb loading is one way to deal with this, like the day before the marathon that you should eat a lot of spaghetti and pastas and things so that you absorb as much carbohydrates as possible in your muscles. But I found another study that talked about doing a comparison between people who had breakfast and didn't have breakfast, and ate gels in the race and didn't. And they found that the worst group was the group that had no breakfast and had no gels. Okay. The second worst was the group that had had breakfast but didn't have any gels. And then if you had gels, you took calories during the race, then it didn't matter whether you had breakfast or not. They were both the same. So the most important thing was to take the calories directly during the race and practicing with them as well.